Hello, Art Society. Welcome to day number 4 of the 6 days of Exodus, guys. We got an exciting night for you. Before we get to the action, guys, let's break down the card. So far, we got Bishop Devontae D, Mr. Fitness Slim Trimmins. We got the Executioner Rollin' Roll to qualify yesterday. And then today we're going to figure out who's going to qualify because Madman Joe, one half of the Prophets of Madness, is going to go up against the Purge. Either of them trying to qualify to this Sunday's Exodus, which will end in a 6-pack challenge. The winner of that will get a title shot of any title of their choosing at any time. So, guys, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line in this match. But as you know, if you've been tuning in to the 6 days of Pandorum, you know that we've been taking our time before the matches to revisit Millennium, revisit history here in AOW. We revisited the Elite Championship. We revisited Jay Vega, the UN Championship. And now, guys, today we're going to take a special look at the Tag Team Championship. We have the new inaugural Tag Team Champions, the 4. Crippler, who is the former Elite Champion, the Crippler, and the Great One, Scott Chambers. Together, they are 2 members of the 4. They make up for the new inaugural Tag Team Champions. Guys, let's take a look at their journey to get to the Tag Team Championship, which culminated at Millennium 2.
star in the east. We saw a star. We saw a star in the east. Met the king and said our piece. As we traveled through the desert, looking for the king of heaven. Bring the gold, perfume, and myrrh. We search far and wide just to serve. We've arrived, Bethlehem is ahead. This is all as the prophecy said. And a baby was born. The king is come. Let his will be done. Until kingdom come. We see a smile on goats and sheep. Far from what we expected to see, but I could feel heaven all around me. The Son of God, yet humble in me. He was sent to protect the weak. As we step in, we fall to our knees. The Messiah has arrived, yes indeed. The heavens cry out, let freedom ring. Bring the gold, perfume, and myrrh. Accept these gifts, though it's less than deserved. We were faithful to the prophecies. Now we know who the Father is. As we depart, let it be known. King has arrived, the claim is thrown. As we travel through the desert, we found the King of Heaven. And a baby was born. The King is come. Let his will be done. Until kingdom come. And a baby was born.
Well, there you have it. The Crippler and the Great One, Scott Chambers, the new tag team champion. We have yet to hear from them since winning at Millennium. Guys, guess what? This Sunday at Exodus, we will get to hear from the tag team champions themselves. The four, the Crippler, the Great One, Scott Chambers, will finally speak, and they will celebrate their tag team championship win this Sunday at Exodus. Will we find out who are the first challengers for the tag team championship? Who's going to step up to the plate? Who knows? Find out this Sunday. It should be very, very interesting. I also have some little bit of breaking news. I have to find out on Saturday, on the 6th day of the 6 days of Pandorum, not only will we get to see a match that everybody's been anticipating, Tony the Hammer Morrison taking on the Iron Bison, but I'm being told that we're going to get to hear from the former United Nations champ, Diego Diamond, who, if you listen to Switchblade's promo yesterday, you probably most likely guessed that he's going to respond to something Switchblade had to say. Again, Diego, don't forget, is a member of the Four, so it should be pretty interesting to see what he has to say, especially since this is kind of the first time we hear from him since losing the United Nations champ. But guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're finally going to get to hear a response from the Mouth Aussie. If you have not yet heard Baret Lavoe's latest interview on the Hotmic Podcast, go to theartsofwrestling.com and check out the Hotmic Podcast. Baret Lavoe had a lot to say about his double title match at Millennium 2. I'm sure Mouth Aussie is not too happy with what Baret Lavoe had to say, but guess what? Coming up next after the break, we will finally get to hear from the Mouth Aussie as we go one-on-one before we head to day number 4 of the 6 days of Pandorum. So guys, stay tuned. for the elite, the undisputed elite champion and intermediate champion, the Mouth Aussie. Hey guys, welcome back to day number 4 of the 6 days of Pandorum. Guys, we are now live as just as promised. We're live with the Mouth Aussie, live in living color. Aussie, how you doing, champ? It's been a while since we've talked.
Thanks for having me on the show, Dave. Been a while, hasn't it? Ask away.
Yeah, it sure has, man. It sure has. But yeah. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the Hotmic Podcast that we heard from Baret Lavoe.
So you want to hear if I listened to the podcast with Baret Lavoe last night?
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, he had a lot.
The answer is yes. I sat there and listened to it. Very interesting. A very interesting podcast indeed.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, he had a lot to say about you and how he felt about the judges and how that match went down.
But you want to get my thoughts on Millennium. Well, I'll be straight up honest. Was I disappointed when it didn't go up straight away? Yeah. Was I disappointed that it was only half a show? Yeah. Was I damn proud of everybody that was on there though? Yes, I was.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was proud of everybody that got on there and did their match, and their match got showcased on the show of shows, because that's what Millennium is in the arts of wrestling. It's a show of shows.
Everybody worked pretty hard.
Do I think it was a flop? No. Just more disappointed that it went up so late and that there was matches missing. But other than that, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was a very solid card. It was a very solid card. I was very proud of everybody as well. But I can't overlook what Baret Lavoe had to say in that podcast. I mean, he had a lot to say, including him feeling that he should be the rightful champion. I really need to get your thoughts on what he felt and what he thought in that podcast.
All right, Dave, you want to talk about the podcast? Okay, you like jumping straight into it, don't you, Dave? All right, fire away. Come on.
Yeah, just, again, he feels he's the rightful champ.
Yes, I heard what Baret Lavoe, Ivan, had to say. It was very interesting to me. Very interesting. For one being, I did what I could with a storyline that I was given. And I was always under the impression that Milton was Baret Lavoe's butler.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Obviously not. Obviously Milton's a hard drive or a Lexus or a robot or something. Now, I don't know. That's what he said in his podcast. Mm-hmm. Am I correct, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of us were surprised by that.
Yeah, and then it sort of tried to make it look like my promo didn't make any sense because I took a person in Milton. So I'm a little bit confused there. And Baret Lavoe talked about heights and the judges should have looked at the build-up and the heights.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree, Baret Lavoe. I agree, Ivan. I agree, Dave. I agree, Diego. But then I asked the question, where were all my heights? Because in the lead up to this, Baret Lavoe burnt my bar down, so I went and stole his limo. Yeah, stole Baret Lavoe's limo. Spoke to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Broke into his mansion the first time. Watched one of Baret Lavoe's matches. and none of it got shown. So, in theory to your watching the promo from the build-up to the actual promo, there isn't much from me because it didn't get shown, and I don't know why. Simple as that. Simple as that, Dave.
We're referring more to like the contract signing and.
Do I think I won the promo? Well, going with the story that I was given, I've watched the promo several times. I really wish Lavoe had have taken the victory, and I'm being straight up honest. I really wish he had it because, that's just what I would have liked to have seen. But it didn't happen. Obviously, it didn't happen because I'm still sitting here, the champion, I guess. But I wish he had have won, but he didn't. And all I hear is excuses. And I don't know why.
Alright, so just so I get a clear answer. So you think you legitimately won the promo match? I'm just, because being different from what he said, he feels he won. So,
well, yeah. If I go back and I watch the promo, seems though you want to push the subject. Okay, yeah. When I go back and I watch the promo, and if we're going to be real here, hey Ivan, 15 years acting skills. Taking that loss at Millennium is a kick in the guts to your acting skills? Nah, man. But if we're going to be real, let's be real, huh? Okay. So, when I first did the promo and I sent it to you, Dave, and I always do this, question myself. Did I do enough? I don't know, because Baret Lavoe was, he's on top of his game and he's smooth, and I love everything about his character, and that's being truthful. And and the guy behind the scenes is enjoyable to talk to.
right.
But after hearing the podcast, yeah, I think I did win. Let's be real. I couldn't hear Baret Lavoe properly in his promo, and I think if we had have heard him, I think he would have took it. That's my opinion. And Baret Lavoe, you put your promo in late. The day the show was meant to go up. Let's be real then. You want to be real? Let's be real. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, I think I did win. I tried to put more zingers into my promo. I worked, but none of my hypes were shown. So go figure. I don't know. I'm still sitting here the champ, aren't I?
Fair and square. I mean, you got the votes, man. Nobody's definitely not questioning the votes in that aspect. You won the match fair and square. Well, I mean, you know what? Let's look ahead right now. I mean, the Lavoe thing happened. Maybe we'll revisit this in the future. But looking ahead, what's next for Aussie?
What does the Arts of Wrestling hold in the future for the Foul-Mouthed Aussie? Who would I like to face? David, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know what the future holds. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't know what the future holds. So if you haven't got any other questions, I'm sitting back here, like everybody else, we're quarantined to our house. I'm here in Adelaide, South Australia. And I don't mean to cut you short, but, I'm going to go back inside to the family, Baret Lavoe, you name the time, you name the place. That's all I've got to say on that matter.
Well, there you heard it, straight out of the Mouth Aussie's mouth. Named the time and the place. Direct shot to Baret Lavoe. Again, guys, if you didn't listen to the podcast, go back and listen to Baret Lavoe's podcast. You see exactly what the Mouth Aussie is referring to. very scathing podcast from Baret Lavoe to the Mouth Aussie. Responding to it pretty precisely. But guys, nonetheless, we're moving on to day number 4 of the 6 days of Pandorum. Guys, coming up next, Madman Joe, one half of the Prophets of Madness, going up against the Purge. Both of these guys trying to get on the road, trying to qualify for this Sunday's six-pack challenge at Exodus. Guys, that match is up next. Hey guys, welcome back to day number 4 of the 6 days of Pandorum. Guys, we are now live, as just as promised. We're live with the Foul Mouth Aussie, live in a living color. Aussie, how you doing, champ? It's been a while since we've talked.
Thanks for having me on the show, Dave. Been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has, man. It sure has. But yeah, so I wanted to get your thoughts on the Hotmic Podcast that we heard from Baret Lavoe.
Oh, so you want to hear if I listened to the podcast with Baret Lavoe?
Yeah.
Last night.
What are your thoughts on it? I mean, he had a lot to say.
The answer is yes. I sat there and listened to it. Very interesting. A very interesting podcast indeed.
So what are your thoughts? I mean, he had a lot to say about you and how he felt about the judges and how the match went down.
You want to get my thoughts on Millennium? Well, I'll be straight up honest. Was I disappointed when it didn't go up straight away?
Mm.
Yeah. Was I disappointed that it was only half a show? Yeah. Was I damn proud of everybody that was on there though? Yes, I was.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was proud of everybody that got on there and did their match, and their match got showcased on the show of shows, because that's what Millennium is in the arts of wrestling.
Yeah,
it's a show of shows.
Everybody worked pretty hard.
Do I think it was a flop? No.
Mm-hmm.
Just more disappointed that it went up so late and that there was matches missing. But other than that, I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was a very solid card. It was a very solid card. I was very proud of everybody as well. But yeah, I can't.
All right, Dave, you want?
I can't overlook what Baret Lavoe had to say in that podcast. I mean, he had a lot to say, including him feeling that he should be the rightful champion. I need to get your thoughts. I really need to get your thoughts on what he felt and what he thought in that podcast.
About the podcast, okay, you want jumping straight into it, don't you, Dave? All right, fire away, come on.
Yeah, just, again, he feels he's the rightful champ.
Yes, I heard what Baret Lavoe, Ivan, had to say.
Did you not hear what he had to say?
It was very interesting to me. Very interesting. For one being, I did what I could with the storyline that I was given. And I was always under the impression that Milton was Baret Lavoe's butler.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody
Obviously
was.
not. Obviously Milton's a hard drive or a Lexus or a robot or something. Now, I don't know. That's what he said in his podcast. Mm-hmm. Am I correct, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of us were surprised by that, yeah.
Yeah, and then it sort of tried to make it look like my promo didn't make any sense because I took a person in Milton. So I'm a little bit confused there. And Baret Lavoe talked about heights and the judges should have looked at the build-up and the heights.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree, Baret Lavoe. I agree, Ivan. I agree, Dave. I agree, Diego. But then I asked the question, where were all my heights? Because in the lead up to this, Baret Lavoe burnt my bar down, so I went and stole his limo. Yeah, stole Baret Lavoe's limo. Spoke to Arnold Schwarzenegger. you know. Broke into his mansion the first time. Watched one of Baret Lavoe's matches. And none of it got shown. So, in theory, to your watching the promo from the build-up to the actual promo, there isn't much from me because it didn't get shown, and I don't know why. Simple as that. Simple as that, Dave.
We're referring more to like the contract signing and.
Do I think I won the promo? Well, going with the story that I was given, I've watched it.
Well, I mean, how about this? Before we get to any of that, do you think you legitimately won the match at Millennium 2?
Promo several times. I really wish Lavoe had have taken the victory, and I'll be straight up honest. I really wish he hadn't because, you know, that's just what I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. Obviously, it didn't happen because I'm still sitting here, the champion.
Man, you got the votes. You legitimately won the match, fair and square. I mean, that's not the argument.
I wish he hadn't won, but he didn't. And all I hear is excuses. And I don't know why.
Yeah. So what's next? You vote 1-on-1, or I mean, what's next for you guys?
Do I think I won, Dave? Well, yeah. If I go back and I watch the promo, seems though you want to push the subject, okay. Yeah, when I go back and I watch the promo, and if we're going to be real here...
Alright, so just so I get a clear answer. So you think you legitimately won the promo match? I'm just, because being different from what he said, he feels he won, so I just want to be clear, what do you feel, how do you feel it went down?
We're going to be real here. Hey, Ivan, 15 years acting skills. Taking that loss at Millennium is a kick in the guts to your acting skills? Nah, man. But if we're going to be real, let's be real, huh? Okay. So, when I first did the promo and I sent it to you, Dave, and I always do this, question myself. Did I do enough? I don't know, because Baret Lavoe was, he's on top of his game and he's smooth, and I love everything about his character, and that's being truthful.
Yeah, you both say.
And the guy behind the scenes is enjoyable to talk to.
Right.
But after hearing the podcast, yeah, I think I did win. Let's be real. I couldn't hear Baret Lavoe properly in his promo. And I think if we had have heard him, I think he would have took it. That's my opinion. And Baret Lavoe, you put your promo in late. The day the show was meant to go up. Let's be real then. You want to be real? Let's be real. Yeah, I said it. So yeah, I think I did win. I tried to put more zingers into my promo. I worked, but none of my hearts were shown. So go figure. I don't know. I'm still sitting here the champ, aren't I?
Fair and square. I mean, you got the votes, man. Nobody's definitely not questioning the votes in that aspect. You won the match fair and square.
What does the Arts of Wrestling hold in the future for the foul-mouthed Aussie? Who would I like to face?
Well, I mean, you know what? Let's look ahead right now. I mean, the Lavoe thing happened. Maybe we'll revisit this in the future. But looking ahead, what's next for Aussie?
David, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the future holds. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't know what the future holds. So if you haven't got any other questions, I'm sitting back here, like everybody else, we're quarantined to our house. I'm here in Adelaide, South Australia. And I don't mean to cut you short, but, I'm going to go back inside to the family, Baret Lavoe, you named the time, you named the place. So what I've got to say on that matter.
There you heard it. Straight out of the Mouth Aussie. There you heard it. Straight out of the Mouth Aussie's mouth. Named the time and the place. Direct shot to Baret Lavoe. Again, guys, if you didn't listen to the podcast, go back and listen to Baret Lavoe's podcast. You see exactly what the Mouth Aussie is referring to. Very scathing podcast from Baret Lavoe to the Mouth Aussie. Responding to it pretty precisely. But guys, nonetheless, we're moving on to day number 4 of the 6 days of Pandorum, guys. Coming up next, Madman Joe, one half of the Prophets of Madness, going up against the Purge. Both of these guys trying to get on a roll, trying to qualify for this Sunday's six-pack challenge at Exodus, guys. That match is up next.
Here we are. Tonight, the Purge is here. The Purge is taking on the main cause. Madman Joe. Madman Joe. You see, I is the only one who is mad. Tonight, you will experience defeat. Tonight, you will experience the purging, the cleansing of your soul. See, our society. The Purge is on a new mission. The Purge is here to take the roster. One by one, the consequences will be revealed. Mad Joe, you will be the first of many that will fall victim to me. There is nothing exciting about you. The only thing that is certain is what I will do to you. You will be sacrificed. The devil playground is now open for business. You will be the first. I promise one thing. The dropping of the blood that will flow from your veins.
Ladies and gentlemen of the arts of wrestling, it has been a long, long while since Madman Joe has stepped into the ring here into the arts. But now that I am back, I have something to prove. So tonight, I'm going against the man that goes by the Purge. You see, I've never heard of you. And I'm definitely not going to underestimate you. Because if anything is going to happen, so like your name, well, Madman Joe is just going to have a very fun time. Because Madman Joe doesn't like the rules. No help from anyone. Strictly one-on-one, last man standing wins. So you were looking at the monstrous, maniacal Madman Joe, one half of the Prophets of Madness. And you see, I don't give a rat's ass who you are. I am the one that is going to beat you down and victimize you and move on. And it doesn't matter who's next. They are going to defeat the same feat as the Purge. Because this time around, Madman Joe has something to prove. And everyone is going to see the Madhouse soon. And very soon. But unlike this sorry sack of shit, he is going to be the first one welcomed to the Madhouse.